Hello, welcome to Super Mario Galaxy. I didn't charge the controller. I'm probably going to regret that. Um, I also note that in the last episode too, maybe you know the audio settings maybe might be a little. There might be times where it was a little crackly or where it grated a little bit. So apologies for that. I'm kind of maybe I was too close to the microphone. So bear with me. We're still only a few months into this. The microphone is much better than the one I started out with, and maybe that is part of the issue that it's just, it picks up. It's just a bit too good almost. So bear with me. Again, as well as this, I don't have the room for an actual studio whereby I could leave this setup up, leave this setup as it is, and come back to it whenever I want. I have to sort of reset it each time. So I'm not one of those. I'm not, you know, PewDiePie or one of these YouTubers who has, unlimited resources really. So you'll just have to bear with me. Guess we're So this is Bowser's Airship Armada. So what we're doing here is trying to take down Bowser Jr. or maybe Kamek, Magic Koopa, uh, once more, and then next in the next domain or wherever you want the next hub, it'll be Bowser again. If I have the money here, I will buy one of those life shrooms. Oh no! Oh no! 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 I completely fudged that. Completely fudged that. So yeah, but I'm confident that we will do it this time. I just need to pay a little bit more attention. I seem to be speaking very slowly. Okay, so down we go with the flagpole. These things will fire lasers at us, but it doesn't matter. Collect the coin, and then fire again. I guess this is another example of that. Kishoten Kensu, was it? I said it was called. Go back to about episode 4, and you'll see how I was saying that Mario sort of works in sort of sets of 4. So introduce concept, develop it, twist it, test it, basically. And this thing with the cannons is a bit similar, I suppose. It's giving us different takes on it. It's kind of worrying, these wigglers. They have a fierce anger problem. It's a very Irish expression, a fierce anger problem. Um, they in any game they feature, whenever they're hit, whenever they're smacked, they just enter a complete rage and turn red, and steam comes out their ears and everything. So I don't know why that is. Maybe I wonder, is it a sort of a Japanese folklore thing, like the angry caterpillar or something? Because it seems strange that that's their sort of temperament. That's their sort of character, sort of someone who goes into a blind rage very quickly. Or maybe it's just something that happened in one Mario game and now it happens in all of them. I don't rightly know. Do we have to buy this again? No. Shouldn't have to buy this again. Okay, this is getting nowhere now, so I need to shut these two down. And do we have more star bits up here, maybe? Yeah, probably. Do we have enough? Maybe if we go over here. $28. Oh, close. This guy? Oh no! Yeah, so now we have enough. I just don't want to face into a boss encounter without one of these. Not that it's, incredibly difficult, but still, I would like to have it. Transform. I think most people would agree that bosses are probably one of the best parts of games, there's nothing more exciting than stocking up on items and getting to the end of a dungeon and then not being sure what you're going to face and then facing it. Next time I won't bother playing this room. Not being sure what you're going to face, and there are such classic examples. If you take things like Goma in Ocarina of Time, that isn't she isn't a particularly tough boss by any means, but it was the first time people saw a boss in 3D Zelda, and it was just fun to fight something of that size, that's sort of sinister and hidden, and you didn't know what to expect really. Very exciting. Probably the hardest boss that I've faced that I can remember that I faced. Sounds like I actually really did go somewhere and take them on. That I virtually faced was probably Mizar and Jet Force Gemini, who I haven't done it in a couple of years, so maybe I could do it now, without much difficulty, but at the time, took me years of practice and attempts to beat him. Some of his attacks are absolutely lethal, so so Jet Force Gemini and Mizar. The boss at the end of Donkey Kong 64 is kind of difficult too, and something that I've managed to do, but sometimes it just doesn't go as well as you planned, and there's a bit of luck involved, I think, almost when you're doing the Chunky Kong section, for example, which is the last fight. The timing is kind of hard to get right, so you kind of have to get a bit lucky there. So, in terms of Mario doesn't have a whole lot of difficult bosses. The bosses are usually 1, 2, 3, and they're done, and they're usually, or maybe you need to swing balls around by the tail a bit, but not too difficult. I can't think of too many difficult ones. Maybe a couple of Galaxy ones when you're put under a time limit, it'll probably be, or when you only get hit once. Maybe that would be probably a suggestion. Pokemon doesn't really have bosses, and they're never that difficult. Star Fox doesn't really have a whole lot of bosses, or if you like, it's a boss rush. It's just nothing but bosses because there's a boss at the end of every level. But because of that, none of them are too difficult once you know what you're doing. Yeah, I suppose it's the toughest boss I can think of is probably Mizar. He is just punishing. Diddy Kong Racing, and these are all classic examples. These are all N64 examples. Maybe bosses aren't as frequent nowadays, are they? So we actually have most of the levels unlocked now. It's just the engine room, and I think there's one more. She says that there's a fifth one, but I think there's a sixth. Might be one in the middle or something, and one at the top. Yeah, it's six, like 6 stars, six of these stars. But yeah, maybe bosses aren't as frequent a thing now. If I think of um, might say my PS4 games for a kind of more modern example, or maybe a less Nintendo example. Tomb Raider games, they don't really have bosses as such. Final Fantasy VII Remake does have bosses. Persona has bosses. So those RPGs will always have bosses, but yeah, they're a lost art. I suppose a lot of games are almost like an action adventure, so they're already sort of um, they already feel like they're in boss mode. If you like, they're already kind of action packed. And that might not have made any sense what I've been saying, but bosses anyway, I like them. And when it comes to Zelda has some of the best bosses. So part of what makes Zelda is the bosses. So I thought this was actually a time limit, but what it is actually fast falls. So it means that all the enemies move quicker than they had been. So this could be kind of tricky. I'm not going to go anywhere until... Oh, what happened there? Did I blank out for a second? That wasn't this. I was standing on the right step, wasn't I? But yeah, what I'd love to know is in the comments, or what are some of your favorite bosses? As we grow, as this YouTube channel grows, I'm gonna play a load of different games, and I'm gonna fight a load of different bosses. So we'll encounter them together if you like. But I really would like to know what are some of your favorites. What are some memorable experiences you've had? Because there's nothing better really than just kind of just sharing sort of war stories. If you like, bosses are a lot easier than they used to be. If they are, maybe they aren't as prevalent in modern games, but they're definitely easier, and maybe that's why they're less memorable. Maybe that's why a lot are sticking out to me. Because back in the days of the Sega Genesis or the Sega Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo, bosses were merciless. And go back even further to the arcades, or to the Famicom, the NES, bosses were even tougher again. So yeah, maybe the art of the boss is a little has died out a little bit. Or maybe they're just easier than they were, so they're not as memorable. I haven't played Kirby and the Forgotten Land yet, but that looks like it has some good bosses, but I don't imagine they'll be very difficult. Given it's a Kirby game, and Kirby games tend to be quite easy. I kind of lost my train of thought there for a while. I wasn't sure if I was going in the right direction at all. And we're nearly there now. Nearly there. I shouldn't have done that. Close. Too close. But I just held on a little bit longer before stepping on that green stone, or the green square, then I would have timed the jump better. Okay, okay, scratch that one. Pretend that never happened. Alright? Still have 5 lives. Pretend that didn't happen. We'll just edit that out. Well, if I get better at editing than I am now, we'll take out that. We'll go back, we'll fix it in post. So 28 stars. Can you believe it? We've nearly got 30 stars. And I've narrated them all. That's some going for someone who a few months ago didn't, had never done anything on YouTube. But actually, I suppose that's wrong. I did do one video on YouTube, which was, if you know the series Cyborg 009, it's an anime, a very good one, very emotional one. I tried to do a music video of that once, where I took REM's "Everybody Wants to Rule the World." No, not "Everybody Wants to Rule the World." That's Tears for Fears. What's the other one? "It's the End of the World as We Know It" by REM, and I took that and I set it to a fight that was in Cyborg 009, just to see if I could more than anything. And I didn't edit it or anything. I just sort of played the music and played the video. It kind of lined up well, but by accident more than anything. So that was my one YouTube endeavor prior to this. And now I have like 12 or 13 videos and some subscribers and a fair few views and likes and things like that. So, I'm hoping that the videos I filmed today will be enough that'll be like a whole month of content, or like a couple of weeks of content laid out, because it's better than trying to film it one by one. My controller is still holding out, even though I didn't charge it. We've done actually fairly well here. This one, we'll give this one more try, and after that, then we're calling it quits. We'll edit it out. We'll pretend I got it. I've got it before, so we'll just. I'll find some YouTube footage from some other person and just fix it, put it in, and you'll all know that I got it. 30 stars. Can we do this? Something else I was considering was, I see those bats and pumpkins and stuff like that, is doing some sort of Halloween stream or Halloween sort of video, which I think I'd probably do something like Luigi's Mansion or something, or some scary levels from some game that I have. Could have done this, I suppose. Could have done Ghostly Galaxy, but didn't time it well enough. I suppose I could hold this video. I could sit in this video a bit longer and release it then, but I don't think I will do that. But yeah, maybe something for next year. I don't really have a really original idea, and I don't think I have enough viewers even to do a stream that would be that successful at the moment, but it's something I'm considering. Oh god. Difficult. I suppose I'm not helping by audibly calling it difficult. Probably throwing myself off. Look at him, he's miles away. No, never mind. Okay, you'll just have to pretend the episode ended there. Think of it as the end of, like the end of Huckleberry Finn. You know, a chapter that everyone thinks it should end at. That's where it ended. Same thing happened here, and I'll see you next time.